I have one question to ask you. Do you believe in monsters?
As the legend goes, three terrifying entities roam the land, terrorizing ancient humans, until warriors of unknown origin put an end to the chaos. Sealed away for thousands of years, they walk the earth once more. Are you prepared? I hope you are. You'll need to be. Welcome to the third installment of Monster Month, and today we are going to be taking a look at Submarauder, Bombburst, and Skullgrin. Now these were the Transformers Power the Primes Prime Masters. There were others than just these three that were released, but they were done in a Pretender-esque style, along with the fact that they use Pretender shells. And the Pretender shells are actually based off of original Pretenders. Not to be confused with classic Pretenders. That's completely different. Well, you know what? Let's take a look at them in order. So, now let's take a look at Submarauder. Now, Submarauder is almost a spitting image of the original Generation 1 Pretender shell. There's red on the eyes, painted in there. There is the yellow for like the mouthpiece. You got a lighter baby blue on the chest, and the rest of it's done in this almost teal blue. You have the giant fin on the head, and you've got scales molded in on top, along with some what looks like, always kind of look like gills on the side. There's plenty of molded in detail for it being as small as it is. And I'm impressed. You have a almost pinkish purple for this piece right here. And if you look closely, there is a Decepticon insignia painted on there. Legs are done in the same blue as the centerpiece of the chest, with the abs and the head. No paint on the knee. It's the same color of plastic as the arm pieces, and along with his weapon. And well, you got you got blue on the feet, which is actually just plastic, so there's nothing to that. You got little fins on the arm, more scale-like detail on the forearm. The bicep has some little detail bits, and you got some detail on the shoulder pieces that look like gills too. So you got things that look like gills on his mouth, on the side, and on the arm. I doubt it's gills, but we'll go with that. You can do a full 360 because it is on a mushroom peg. Yes, there we go. And on the back, there's not a whole lot of detail. You got some cross tubing going on, and a little thing back there that has its own little function. Bottom of the feet. You're wondering why that's there. Well, you can actually pull that off, and there is a peg, and it's perfect for him to hold his trident. And his trident is well molded, and it does have the same pinkish purple that is used on the figure itself. So let's go in and do this. Let's take his weapon out. Now, as all Pretenders, they always split, but I like how these ones kind of go on a hinge. And you might be wondering, why I chose the Pretender Prime Masters is because, well, they're, if you think about it, they're kind of like Halloween costumes. Am I right? So, on the inside of the shell, there's actually molded in detail, which is detail you're not, able to see from the outside. So, that's actually pretty cool. So you can kind of see where there's some details molded into the head and on the inside. And if you take this out, there's also, oh, my camera does not want to focus. Worst time. There's some molded detail in there, and this is kind of squared out because on the figure itself, he's got the power of the Prime. He's a Prime Master. Not to be confused with a Prime Minister. Those are two different things. There you've got your minimal detail on it for it being, a Prime Master. It's pretty much the equivalent to a Titan Master, except instead of a head on the back, it's the Prime power. You've got, as I must say, for its size, you actually get some surprisingly well done molded detail on the chest, even like a mouth on the face, and like where the eyes would be painted at. Some little bits on the top of the helmet, the forearm, going into the thighs, the knees, and the bottom half of his legs. And then on the side, that's pretty much as all Prime Masters, and not Prime Ministers, but Prime Masters. And Titan Masters, they can go into a sitting position. Get them to focus. Focus! So I always thought that was a pretty unique thing that they decided to go with. Well, Pretender shells. And, you can fold them up. And there's two little peg holes right here that corresponds with those two right there. And, let's go ahead. Let's pop his weapon back on. This flips forward. Flip this down. So that's facing downwards. You slide that in, and now you got a Target Master. You got a Target Master weapon. So you get multiple toys in one, and if you really want to, you could always pretend that this is like a little vehicle for Submarauder. You got to use your imagination for that. So there is Submarauder. Because, to quote Abraham Lincoln, pretenders hide, the transformers inside. Just kidding, that's not a real Lincoln quote. Let's move over to Bombburst. So, now we have Bombburst here hanging out with us. Now, he is lucky enough to be getting a release in the Transformers Legacy line. Fortunately, I wasn't able to get him or the Legacy Skullgrin in time for this, so I figured, let's bring them in onto this. And, I think that it's still one of my favorite things. Like, same thing with the Submarauder. I just love the fact they did miniature Pretenders with, actual Pretender shells. So, I can't hold anything today. You got some molded detail on the head. You got teeth molded in. And he's got gold eyes and this nice metallic blue on the ears. Same thing with the chest. You got some nice paint. Apps, it's like a purple. an almost kind of darker purple. Plenty of molded detail. You got like the bat claws on the upper and lower chest, which is what the Generation 1 Pretender shell also looked like it had. You got this piece right here. That's all painted. That's not painted. There's like a part of like lighter gray plastic, which is actually the actual plastic underneath. Oh, no, I take that back. I take that back. Yeah, actually, no, never mind. That is the actual plastic. This is painted, and then the bottom half of pretty much his feet. That's all actually colored plastic. Well, you get a little molded detail in right there. Arms, you get these little spike doodads on there. Like a nice little molded in elbow detail. It's not bad. It's not bad, and it's actually really good. Flip up his claw, and you get some details throughout there and on his feet. And well, just like Submarauder, can plug that. And you can give him claws. Now, the original one did have like a pickaxe, like a double-bladed pickaxe, but I'm not going to complain. I will not complain. No, I will not complain. It's a bat. He's a Batman. Oh, we could always get this to pop on. I'd be asking for too much. He's too mad. Okay. So, of course, Pretenders hide the Transformers inside, like Abraham Lincoln always said. On the inside, you get some more molded in detail. I like that. That's utilizing for how small the figure is. They're getting the most out of it. And there's this and that. 2017 Hasbro. Tommy. Made in Vietnam. Oh, yes, the articulation. You can spin his arm around all day. All day. You can do it. Now, this Prime Master is supposed to be powered by Megatronus, pretty much the Fallen. So that's why, if you look at the back, it kind of looks like the Decepticon insignia. If you, squint hard enough, you can see that it kind of looks like the Decepticon insignia. And yeah, he's got paint. This guy has paint. He's got the paint. Yeah, he's got silver on his face, and it's hard to really see, but he does have a nose, eyes, and a mouth. Molded detail on the chest, waist, thighs, on the arms, and he can sit. He can sit down and just relax. And well, what you can also do is he has a weapon mode also. That just flips right down. That flips down. And you can power it with the primes. I said you can power it with the primes. Powered by the primes. Come on, focus. There we go. That's what we like here. We like to be focused here on Beastman Review. In fact, it's something I do often. So yeah, you can, pretty much any standard figure can hold it. Or, if you use your imagination, you can also pretend that this is a ship of sorts, I guess. You can plow the garden. There you go. It's plow mode. Yeah, I'm not really sure where to really go with that one. But yeah, it's really cool. Again, I can't wait to get the legacy version of Bomb Burst, just so Bomb Burst can have a target master of himself. You know, there's a joke. There's a joke hiding in there somewhere. Okay, now we'll go ahead and take a look at Skullgrin. So, well, here we have the final figure of the review. We are talking about the Bone Man himself, the goat-headed ghoul, the something about him being a skeleton. We have the menacing, scary, pretender. Oh yeah, by the way, forgot to mention, he's a Decepticon. He's got a Decepticon insignia on his chest. I forgot to mention that when I was talking about him originally. So, speaking of Decepticon insignias, he's got one right there on his chest. He has something interesting that the other two don't have, is he doesn't have anything like behind. You might think it's painted black, but that's actually hollow. Same thing with his nose. There is nothing behind there. And when I first got this, I thought that was really cool. So, same thing with the bludgeon that they did. But I'm focusing just on these three today. Because, well, they were actually the three ones who were featured in the Transformers Master Force anime. Bludgeon wasn't in there. Octopunch wasn't. It was just these were like the three pretenders that the Autobots fought. So I kind of wanted to do these three too. So, oh yeah, I like pretenders. What more can I say? He's got his little skull face on his belt. He's really into rock guys. You know, send him your favorite bands. He's got not silver. I can't think. I was thinking of this. Oh yes. His blade weapon is the same thing as Bomb Burst, except his is silver. He's got gray. This is what color this is. This is gray. I learned this in kindergarten, and even before kindergarten. But yes, this color is gray, not silver. He's got like a white, I don't know what you'd really call these. Good old Submarauder had 4 of them on the front. Think of them like vents. Think about them as some kind of venting system. They're the same color as his head. And speaking of his head, he's got some pretty cool details. This little divot in the front. And he's even got the 2 little things in the back, although they're a little bit more rounded off. They were actually like spikes too on the G1 Pretender shell. I'm not sure why this is not wanting to focus. My apologies. He's got his teeth molded in. Yeah, and that's also the same color as the belt piece and the head. He's got a ton of molded detail. He's got almost kind of like some kind of like chain guard on the thighs that also looks like there's like a muscle detail. More little bits right there. Even on the abs, there's some more detail. So again, spikes. There's a lot of spikes. I spy spikes with my little eye. His feet are actually the same as Bludgeon, and that's because I believe the only difference with these two is that he has a different front and his weapon's actually painted. They've got the same they're twinsies. They got the same back half and the same arms, but they've got different front pieces. The arms can do full 360, and well, just like all the other ones, we'll have them hold it in this hand because, no, why not? Let's mix it up a bit. We can have them holding it in that hand just to mix up a bit because Bomb Burst held it in the other hand. It's the best I can do. So, just again to quote Abraham Lincoln, pretenders hide, the transformers inside. There we go. Tons and tons of even more molded detail than the other ones did. You can see where like the inside of the belt would be, but it's cool. You don't see it there. So yeah, you got a lot of details molded in if my camera wants to focus. It does not want to focus today for some reason. I just like that they left those empty. And again, Bludgeon also has the same thing. So, take a look at the figure on the inside. His top of his head is painted gray with a purple face where there is supposed to be painted in eyes, but again, not asking for much from these. The back is left unpainted. You got details on the chest, on the arms, side of the arms, then, you know, they can all do the same. You can do all the same articulation. You know, the knees, he can sit down. It's really tight, though. I'm not really a fan of that. Last thing I want is for this to snap. That wouldn't be good. And, well, like all the other ones, yada, yada, yada. Get this to pop it in. He is, now this one I also remember. I just don't remember what Submarauder's Prime Master power is. But this is Liege Maximo. He's kind of like the Loki of the Transformers. He's one of the Prime. Yeah. Look it up. It's pretty cool. Looks like it's a face, and if you really want to, this one would work out more for like a Titan Master. Because that kind of looks like a face. Speaking of a face, it looks like a jack-o'-lantern. I didn't even have this planned. You can see where, for some reason, the molding on mine, for some reason, I'm not sure why, but his is like really like big. But at least it, you know, he hangs in there better. Yeah, so boom, you got Skullgrin, Target Master, or Battle Master, whatever they're calling him now. And again, if you want to use your imagination, and he can sit down and do yard work or cut the lawn or something. I don't know. Again, use your imagination. It is yours. Let's pop him back in his pretender shell because he has a Halloween party to go to. So there is the review for Submarauder, Bomb Burst, and Skullgrin. Now, think about something. I got something for you to think about. Instead of these being alien robots pretending to be other creatures, think of them as cosplayers. I bet you didn't think about that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about the Pretenders from the Power of the Prime series? Do you have them? Do you want them? Do you like them? Or do you just dread their very existence because they haunt you in your dreams every night? I don't know. I'm not you. I can't read minds. Anyways, follow me on my social medias. You can follow me on Instagram at The Mighty Beastman. You can follow me on Twitter at The Mighty Beastman. And you can follow me on the official YouTube Twitter. And that is Beastman space review. Just as it says on my channel. So, anyways, thanks for watching. And, well, the most toast is roasted for the ghost. I don't know where I was going with that. Was that scary? I don't know.